From log to mantle. Today we're going to be showing you how we made a fireplace mantle out of a cedar log. Actually, this log was about 18 feet long, and we've already cut one side prior to cutting the one we just showed you. But we're going to take you to the steps that we go through when making a Texas aromatic red cedar fireplace mantle. We'll also be making the corbels for it. So that'll be a part 2 video most likely. But let's proceed on to the next step. Now let me start off with saying that I know we're going to have a little road noise. We've got a 5-lane highway out here in front of our warehouse, and it's pretty treacherous sometimes. Today the goal we're going to be trying to achieve is cleaning up the outer, the bark around this piece of cedar log that we trimmed down to a 4-inch thick. I believe it's 66 inches long, and the length of it, and the height is 4 inches. And of course this section here is going to be 9 to 10 inches on average. How we accomplish cleaning this up is we use a grinder. It's an old Makita grinder with a knotty wire brush. And I've already done the back side of it, so what I'm going to do is just do part of the front section here so you can see what we're trying to accomplish, and I'll flip the slab around, the mantle around, and let you see what we're trying to accomplish here and what the finish looks like. I usually pull any of that loose bark off of it, because you're going to be doing some trimming after you do this with the Holy Galahad. Always try to keep your wire brush running parallel with the grain of the wood, so that you see how it kind of creates a nice finish in there. If you go this way, it's going to put grooves in it. It can be done either way. It depends on what kind of finish you're looking for. Alright, I hope that gives you an idea of what we're trying to accomplish and how to get it to where we have it to, as you see here now. Let me flip it around, I'll show you the other side, which I've already done. I'm really not sure which side of this I'm going to use for the front yet, until I actually sand it and look at it real close. I kind of like this extra piece sticking off here. Kind of looking at it, some people like this to be the bottom, some people want this to be the top. It depends on the customer. I make a lot of these for different people. But yeah, this is what we're trying to accomplish. We're trying to get this bark removed, all this loose stuff, and kind of giving it a texture or a finish that we feel would look really nice once it's completed. But folks, that's what we did here. And now next step, what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to start sanding. We'll finish doing this side, of course. And then we're going to go in here and start sanding the top and the bottom of it. And then we might do some little divots in it or something like that. I don't really know where I'm going to go with these projects until I start working on them. And my eyes and my imagination starts running a little bit wild. And I kind of look at what customers have wanted in the past, what seems to be some of the better sellers, and that's what we're going to be trying to accomplish. Alright, our next step in this process is we want to go ahead and start sanding the inside on both sides of this cedar mantle. What we use is an old variable speed grinder, the 9-inch disc on it. This is a 120, I believe. It's a little finer than what I would normally use, but today we're going to use it for the purpose of the video. Yeah, most of the time you want to practice a little safety, you know, a mask and some goggles, if possible. All right, as you can see there, it makes a ton of difference. You know, that's the sanded section of it there. And then we get over here to what's not sanded. And you see it's just day and night difference. You know, like I said, we use a grinder, but it's a variable speed. We don't run it too fast. If you do, you'll burn up the bottom of the sanding disc. So you got to run it about 30 or 40% only. I'll show you the bottom of it, and you know, if you burn it up, you'll have to change them out. It's really not a big task to using these, but you know, you got to learn to conserve your disc if you want to really get a pretty finish out of them. If you want it smoother than that, you can go in there and water sand it. But yeah, folks, that's what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to get it all sanded down smooth so it looks really nice and all the grain pops, and you can see all the figuring in the actual cedar wood itself. My last thing I would do is I'd run across here and make sure that I'm running, let me turn this back around, make sure that I'm sanding with the grain. As you see here, you'll see some cross cuts here. Now I may come in here with a hand sander and just run it back and forth lightly with some real smooth sandpaper to take all that out of there, because I want the customer to see all the grain in this cedar. Alright folks, our next step will be to come in and we want to start kind of rounding off the corners. You know, eventually I will box this off and square this off, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you what we use to actually kind of clean up the edges. We ship these, and a lot of times we wrap them very well with bubble wrap, but if we have a sharp edge and they get dropped wrong, they'll chip out or crack out, but it's just soft wood. What we're going to be using today is a Galahad, you see on the same old grinder. And you'll take this thing, and I'm probably not going to be able to say much whenever we start grinding, so just kind of follow through. You could also come in if you want to kind of reshape it. This is the perfect tool for that. This thing will hog out a lot of material really quickly. They make, I think, 3 or 4 different configurations or types or grades. This one's a pretty aggressive one. They make a real smooth one where you can finish this up real nice. It's a lot you can do with a Galahad. But as you see, I just kind of went in here and rounded these edges off. And then I'll come back in with a hand sander and I'll sand them smooth. So if I wanted to create some more decoration into it, you know, you could kind of, you know, cut your little gullet in here, something like this. Kind of create your own now, any design you really want with this thing. But that's what we normally do when we get to this stage of making this mantle. Our next step is probably going to be to go in here and clean this up a little bit more on both sides, polish it where it's real smooth, so that when it takes a stain, it'll be fine there. Square this up, and then we'll take it to the next process. All right, folks, now we get to the magic moment. We've already done the bottom, but we'll do the top to show you what it looks like with the stain that we're going to be using. Let me grab a can of it over here and we'll start out. What we're going to be using today is some this timber oil. It kind of keeps the natural color of the actual cedar without darkening it too much. So here we go. Let's put some on there and see what it looks like. You don't have to get really technical putting this stuff on, because you're going to rub it again with a rag or cotton cloth or paper towel. I'm just going to sop some on there real nice. When I say real nice, just put it on any way you can get it on there. Look how it brings out the grain in the wood, and it actually makes it pretty appealing to the eye. Some of this is going to soak in, which that's fine. You're going to come back. I'm going to probably put a clear coat on it anyway. But I wasn't sure what color I wanted to go with, but I had this on the shelf over there, and I thought, let's just put some on this. But it does, you know. You never know till you try, right? Alright, we got most of that done. I'm going to wipe it off so you can see what it looks like when it's finished. Like I said, we've done the section there. Got to get that edge real good. Make sure you get it. It don't look too nice without that being matching. So just take your cloth and wipe off all the excess. Get the front real nice. Well, there you go, folks. I'm not sure if you can see that very well, but it does look pretty nice. Let me get the camera back around here so maybe you can see it a little bit better. Yeah, the sun's kind of bright, but it should be able to see. Well, there's where we started and there's where we ended. The wrong time of the day to take this video. The shadow is going to be on it, but that's what it looks like with the timber oil. Now we're going to probably come back. I'm not sure if we're going to put a second coat on it or not, but we will put a clear coat on top of whatever the final coat will be. So that'll be coming up next.